So what did you like best about playing those characters?
I really liked how this story is very unique in that there's 4 12-year-old girls who are put at the forefront of the story and treated as real characters rather than plot devices. And so that element of being a young actor and be able to explore a real human was very exciting for me. And then also to be able to explore that female friendship and that female empowerment. And it's really great that this story isn't a female empowerment story because we like shove girl power in your face. It's because it's girls. It's a female empowerment story because it's just girls living a human experience, and it's not like fudged in any way.
Yeah, it doesn't feel exaggerated or forced. It just feels very real. And I wholeheartedly agree with what she was saying. And I think perspective is something that is really important, not just in art, but I think in just everyday life in general. So it's really nice that we get to see the perspective of young women.
Did you and Allie Long have to do a great class together to make sure you can play the same version versus the same character?
The cool part about Erin's character is that at the beginning she has these expectations set for herself that she has to gain, and then when she's confronted to the unexpected being that she finds, it's unexpected not only for Erin but I think for the audience as well. So Allie and I really played off with different versions of our character but internally being the same. Erin is really forced to grow up quickly, knowing that she has the responsibility of taking care of her family. She didn't really have a lot of time to take care of herself. And I think when we have the scenes with adult Erin, we can kind of see that 12-year-old girl still inside of her. So Allie and I we had a splendid time crafting Erin. And it was just
Was the book something you were aware of before the audition, or is it something that you kind of came across the script and then got and read what you were going to do? Just
both of us read the comics after our first auditions. We weren't aware of Paper Girls beforehand, but I found books on a sort of sketchy website and immediately read them all in one night and fell in love with the color palette and with the depth of the characters and how incredibly developed they were, and just really wanted to be a part of creating it.
Now, we've gotten to hear a lot about female voices being heard and having representation, not only from younger women, but from people of all walks of life. Is that something that you've noticed? And is there a particular scene? You might not be able to say a lot, but is there something that you're I have not seen this in media before, I have not experienced something like this, and that you're really excited to talk about?
I think the whole show goes over the awkward, but also empowering feeling of growing up throughout all the episodes, but specifically in episode 5, I think we touch on topics of one of our girls going through puberty, and that they're just kids. They don't know these things, and it's also completely okay to not know these things about your body. And it's nice that we get to lean into more of that because it does happen, and it's not something that you should be.
So in that episode, there's a lot of humor and there's the drama as well. How did you enjoy that balance?
Episode 5 is our favorite. It is. It was our favorite to watch and our favorite to film. Yeah, we remember reading it and being like, oh man, this is gonna be a party. It's gonna be a good one. It actually was originally written to take place in the winter. Yeah, so it's supposed to be snowing. We were supposed to be celebrating Christmas. That's not really relevant to what I'm saying, but it's just a fun fact.
But episode 5 has everything you want in it. It's got the comedy, it's got the drama, it's got, the action-packed sequences, and it felt like a sort of accumulation of the entire series into this one episode that you can watch it. And if you haven't watched the rest of the show, it gives you a good vibe of what the show is about and what makes it so special. It gives you a little taste of everything. And I think, especially in episode 5, we really get to dig deep into the characters more and to see their arcs and how they're feeling internally and what they're actually showing.
Okay, I got one more. sorry, the four of you, the four girls in the show, they don't really know each other at first. They kind of come together, and over the course of the show, they form this really profound, kind of deep connection. What was it like? Playing that connection between four strangers, kind of coming together, best friends, and it's kind of close to that unit. That's it.
That's how we met. We hadn't, all of 4 of us hadn't known each other before, and we were really just thrown into this awesome and crazy experience. So it feels like as our characters got to know each other more, we as actors did as well. And it was just a great time. We had a very lovely.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So how did either or both of you get interested in Paper Girls, and what kind of drew you to the project in the first place?
It was an audition. I'm gonna be so honest. The audition originally drew me in, but then I read the storyline and I read the bio for Tiff, and I was immediately hooked. And I was like, this is something I need to be a part of. This could be representation for so many people. When you read a storyline, this one's gonna be a winner. I got that instant feeling, and I think that's what really sucked me in. And then getting the scripts and reading the comics sucked me in even further, and I don't think there's any way I can be sucked out.
For me, once again, just basically everything that Camryn just said, I would add to it. For me is that, anything timey-wimey I'm in. And number 2 is my mom was actually a paper girl.
Oh, cool!
And Mac, she inherited her paper route from her older brother. Same thing went for my mom. Both of my uncles are paper boys, and my mom and them were telling me all about all these wild experiences that they had. They said it was a nightmare.
Not quite like Paper Girls, but
Not quite. Not quite, as far as I know.
true. You never know.
You need a trademark timey-wimey.
Doctor Who. I'm afraid they may have beat me to it on that one.
So was there something that you were particularly, when you saw either read the comics or read the script, was there something you were particularly excited to do on the show?
I think, for me, time travel, the 1980s, you have 4 preteen girls bickering. What's not to like?
I was really excited to do all of the action scenes and see all of the special effects.
Yeah, the special
But I
effects.
was really excited to see all of the representation and diversity really come to. And there are a lot of messages that don't get talked about very often in media in this show. And I'm really excited to see how people respond to the show 1 week from today. Thank you. I thought so.
Well, you guys are just normal girls who kind of get stuck into the situation. Is there a training you have to do to be ready for this kind of, if things you have to go through in the show? Do you have any kind of training?
We had to learn how to ride bikes in tandem with each other.
So we practiced in a parking lot, each on our bikes, going around. They would pair us with, so one time I would be with Camryn, we would go around learning how, smaller wheels, bigger wheels, you're going to end up going faster, you're going to have to pump a little harder, just, that kind of thing.
That was our second day on set, by the way.
I don't want to give anything away, but in the comics, Mac and KJ have kind of a very interesting relationship. Can you talk about how that plays out in the show?
Right, I would say that for Mac and KJ in the series, you're gonna have to wait and see what happens. However, I think that they form a very beautiful bond because I think that Mac is finally able to let her guard down a little bit throughout the series. She is quite aggressive at the beginning and has sort of a hard shell, and it's just interesting to see how KJ and the other girls sort of help her let that down a little bit.
So when the series starts, the girls are complete strangers, or at least some of them are. So did you feel that same bond with the cast as you were going through making the show and
Yeah. Okay, funny story. When we got casted, we knew who everybody was, but they asked us not to talk to like DM or call anybody before we met in person so that they could get it on video and so that we could meet like our characters and form that bond and grow along with our characters in the show. So we did break the rule. So the night before we were about to meet in person, it was, hey, I'm so excited to meet you tomorrow. It's finally happening. It was all of that stuff. And then I know Fina actually deleted the message from her like message log so that nobody would know that she messaged us back. But that was really fun. And then we did grow like our characters did, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember standing in the apartment in Chicago at night, and I was looking out sort of down, and then I get a little ding on my phone. It says Camryn Jones wants to send you a message. It was so sweet.
You guys mentioned special effects. Is there something in particular that you saw and was like, yeah, that's what we've been waiting for. That's what we envisioned kind of come to life? Because I mean, when you're working with it, you don't get to see any of that, which I'm sure is difficult. So is there something you were like, oh yeah, that's it?
Ooh, I think I have one, but I don't know if I can say it yet.
Same. I think I'm thinking the same
I
thing.
think so. But here's one that I can definitely say. The pink sky was awesome. Like, I was just waiting for it to be seen on the screen. Like, wow, like, this is a blue shade. This really sets the tone of the show. This sets the mood. And I think the special effects team did an amazing job of making it look real and fit that time period.
And I'm pretty sure I can mention this one because it was seen in the trailer. I would say the little futuristic bugs.
Oh yeah.
That really just took me back.
Was there anything about the '80s that you wish you had today that you got to use in the show?
Sheesh. I would say.
We've come so far.
I'm gonna say I love Mac's outfit and I love her Walkman. So if something specifically from the show or just in the 80s?
In the general. Yeah.
Okay. The music. I think the music.
Walkie-talkies, music and movies. Also, I love your Runaway shirt.
Oh yes, I was just going to say, Brian came out. Yeah.
I was freaking out because I love that show.
Nice, that's so good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys.